Hello, Wildcats. It is your boy, Kev, just coming at you like another canceled sporting event. That's not fun. No one's in the crowd, but at least we can hear the players yell curse words at each other, so that's pretty cool. Also, I noticed that Corona is being sold really cheap at the grocery store since people are afraid of it because of the coronavirus. But since I'm not really drinking Corona, hopefully for my sake, the next virus that comes out will be titled the Crystal Pepsi virus, and maybe I can get some of my favorite Crystal Pepsi a little bit cheaper. But anyways, this is just a disclaimer, a quick heads up, to let you know that this is a comedy and crime podcast, so even though we cover many serious cases and true events, we do like to throw in some inappropriate jokes and some dark humor and all that fun stuff. And also on this episode, I do apologize for the audio. You can hear mics moving around every now and then because we didn't have microphone stands, but that shouldn't be a problem anymore because I ordered new ones. Thank you everyone for listening. Be good, stay safe, stay indoors, stop buying up all the toilet paper. There's no reason you need 1,000 rolls of them, you jerk. I see you lady in Kentucky who's selling rolls for $5 a roll, you dirty, dirty bitch. Anyways, hashtag Wildman.
All right, fellas, like we practiced.
Yeah. 2, 3, 4.
Come on down, come on down, hanging with the brothers tonight, yeah. Come on down to the brothers Commonplace tonight.
Alrighty, welcome everyone to the Brothers Commonplace, a comedy and crime podcast where we cover monsters, murders, mysteries, and more. And today, we got a pretty crazy topic for you guys and gals. But before we get into that, I want y'all to meet my favorite little chicken hens.
Oh, fuck yeah, we are. What's going on, guys? This is Tim, or Sarah Jessica Parker, as they called me when I was a valet.
Oh, yeah, dude. Fuck yeah.
So stupid.
What up, everyone? This is Spence. I've just been doing a little brother research on different diseases through history. We've got things like the bubonic plague.
Yeah.
And the Spanish floozies. That's the best I got. That's the best I got.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I like that. And it is your boy Kev, aka the Dirty Dog. And I don't have like a name or a joke or anything, but if anyone out there has ever gotten laid specifically because of this podcast, two things. One, let us know about it. And two, teach us how.
Yeah, because
some of us wouldn't mind, getting some, what do they call that? Nookie.
Yeah, we stopped getting laid because of this podcast, if that counts.
That's true.
You should all appreciate the sacrifice we've made to bring this to you.
Especially Andrew.
Well, he does all the sound effects for the podcast.
Hey, will you close that door for us real quick, Andrew? Close! Thanks, man. So just a little heads up, we are recording in the same room. It is just us three boys right now, so audio might be a little weird. We'll see how it turns out. Are we
Might
ready?
be a little queer.
There might be a lot of that
Oh,
with
yeah, it's
us,
definitely gonna be queer.
Sexy boys.
It's a little less queer because Toof isn't here, but it's still going to be kind of queer.
So before we get into this, I'm just going to say the name of the case, what this topic is, and I want to hear your thoughts on what you think exactly it's going to be, okay?
All right.
The Granny Ripper.
Okay, so it isn't a grandma killer. Because, like, I feel like you wouldn't be asking us this.
Maybe it is.
Is there a granny with horrible explosive gas? Or who lives in the Fallout 4 universe?
Actually, once again, we are covering Kellen Winslow Jr.
Fuck yeah. Well, yeah, because did we just do this guy?
We just talked about him, yeah.
Wait, is it J.J. Hickson?
No.
Did he like stab an old lady or some shit?
No, I don't think so.
He didn't it? Like one of the old calves stab an old lady. I thought it was
maybe.
Hickson. I could have sworn. I'm looking it up. I think he did.
But alrighty, boys, it is time to hop on a plane and fly on over to Mother Russia for this case.
We're not allowed. It's like banned right
Yeah,
now.
we're gonna wait for the coronavirus, all that. Unless you guys just want to build it like in fucking Radio Flyer and just coast over there.
We should be fine.
Which I don't remember. Does he fucking die at the end, or does he actually fly away, or is it ambiguous?
I don't remember.
His dad catches him at the bottom of the hill, just beats him with that cord again. But alrighty, today
We design our own My October Sky rocket to get there.
Fuck yeah.
So that's right. Today we're going to be covering the Russian serial killer by the name of Tamara Samsonova.
Nice. I like the name.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's actually the name of my. It's not even funny. Yeah, what kind of CPU you got in there? It's a fucking quad core Tamara Samsonova. It's pretty fucking good. It's pretty powerful shit.
Hey Tamara, how about you get a move on like today?
Oh fuck!
I stole that. That's
Got
from
him.
BoJack Horseman.
That was good,
I
dude.
still like it.
I guess her friends used to call her Nova, as in Samsonova.
Yeah. Don't call me Nova anymore, man. I'm just a fraud.
Oh, it's right there in the briefcase, Tim. Samsonova.
I was way off.
So our sources for this case: Alcatron, Murderpedia, CNN, Independent.co.uk, Rosebolt.ru. And I will say, we might give some more specific sources later. A lot of the main stuff came from websites that were Russian, that were translated, so details might be a little off.
Oh, yeah. It's probably all wrong.
And as you'll find out, this is still kind of ongoing, so there's still a lot of details out there we don't know about, so we'll do our best and see how it goes.
Sounds good.
Let's do it.
That's right. So the Granny Ripper also goes by Baba Yaga.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, so
That's-
some of you may know about Baba Yaga.
Isn't that like the demon from like the fucking Sinister movies?
I've never seen those.
No, he was like,
It's the Boogeyman from John Wick.
oh, is that what it is?
Well, I know of Baba Yaga from D&D, but some of you may know it from old stories and folklore, or the Tanis podcast talks about it. But here's a quick summary of Baba Yaga from the Encyclopedia Britannica. Baba Yaga, also called Baba Jaga in Russian folklore, an ogress who steals, cooks, and eats her victims, usually children, a guardian of the fountains of the water of life. She lives with 2 or 3 sisters, all known as Baba Yaga, and they live in a forest hut which spins continually on birds' legs. Her fence is topped with human skulls. Baba Yaga can ride through the air in an iron kettle or in a mortar that she drives with a pestle. If that's how you pronounce it, I don't know, I've never seen that word. Creating tempests as she goes. She often accompanies death on his travels, devouring newly released souls.
Oh, yeah. What podcast talks about that?
Tanis?
Did you have to drive around and like find all her little like podcast things?
Borderlands?
Yeah, Patricia Tanis.
I was kind of expecting a fucking McEnroe tennis joke, so I'm glad you went with that.
Oh, yeah, I was just going to be Borderlands.
So yeah, it's pretty scary stuff, Baba Yaga, which means this case is probably going to get into some weird shit. It's a mean witch lady that eats children and lives in a scary-ass chicken-legged hut. Yeah, but enough about Mama Green. I'm just joking. Love you, Mama. So, anything from you boys before we get into the main story?
Do the chicken legs make it more scary or more delicious?
Oh, I don't know.
Are they fried chicken legs?
Okay, just this has nothing to do with that. In Con Air, when they go to the like where the big battle is at the fucking junkyard at the end,
Yeah.
and he's trying to get that medicine for his
Bubba Gump. I mean, I don't know his name.
I'm gonna show you there is a guy.
Yeah, he gets
and
shot.
he gets the first aid kit, and there's just fucking like chicken feet in there. What is that? What does that mean?
I don't know. I mean,
Is that used for something, or did someone take shit out of it and put that in there?
I don't know. It's
Okay,
Con Air.
I'm sorry.
It's Con Air.
Okay.
Like, I mean, you can make an argument for both. It's still a great movie.
I need to see it again.
So, alrighty, on to our main story here. Not a ton of information out there yet. There is a decent amount, but there's a lot that has not been released yet either, which we will mention a little later on why. But our main character, Tamara, there's a lot of Russian names, we'll probably fuck them all up. Her middle name is Mitrofanova Samsonova. I don't know. It's something like that. Tamara Samsonova.
It's Delavadova, but you were close.
Matthew Delavadova. There we go. Outback Jesus. But Tamara, or Tamara, I don't know. She was born February 5th, 1947 in Uzhur, Krasnoyarsk Krai. Probably not how that's pronounced either. And just 17 years after she was born, my favorite bassist of all time would be born February 5th. I'm talking about Duff McKagan, the bass player for Guns N' Roses.
Hell yeah.
And this next part is where things get tricky because a lot of sources, including one that's in Russian, claims that she was born April 25th, 1947. So we don't know exactly the correct answer. So she's either 72 or 73 years old at the time of this recording.
Oh.
She's still alive.
Still alive.
Yeah.
Unlike
So
most of the
she's-
cases we do.
So she's the Ripper. So she's the Ripper. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, this old,
I'm telling you, ripping farts.
well, probably, man. I hope so.
I don't think old ladies fart. That's a total fucking lie, dude.
Yeah, dude.
I remember like being in my room sometimes when my grandma would like come stay the night, and like I just be in my room and like I would just hear like the loudest, nastiest farts when she'd be in the bathroom, and I feel like it would like give me nightmares. Like it was just so fucking gross. Like me and my ex would just sit there and laugh at it, but it was fucking disgusting.
She's in there struggling and dying and crying.
Like it was just like,
at her.
and then just like the loudest fart.
Oh my god! I pooped out my colon.
I had a poop pie and a pooped.
Poop. So as far as where Tamara is from, St. Petersburg, Russia is also mentioned, and that would end up being where these crimes would take place. So I believe she's from that Her place in Russia, but a lot of these crimes are taking place in St. Petersburg, Russia.
But a lot of the victims wish they could lose her.
Oh, yeah, dude.
We can just delete that
No,
one.
that's staying in, dude. Alrighty. So not a whole lot about her early life, but after she graduated high school, she would enroll at Moscow State Linguistic University. So that's pretty cool. Seems like she would have to be pretty intelligent to enroll there.
Yeah.
And a spoiler alert, we find out later that she can speak, read, and write in English, Russian, and German.
And parcel tongue.
And, yeah, that's true. She didn't know it, though.
Yeah.
She was hanging out at the fucking zoo with her fat-ass cousin.
Yeah.
And in Russia, a zoo is just like her backyard.
Oh, jeez. Fucking bears everywhere.
Oh, fuck that, man. Spence would love that.
Maybe, if I didn't get eaten.
Yeah, that's true.
And from the wiki, Moscow State Linguistic University is the largest and the oldest university in Russia that specializes in linguistics and foreign languages. So that's pretty cool. And then after she graduated, she moved to St. Petersburg and married a man by the name of Alexei Samsonova. And one important thing to note and mention here, and keep in mind we don't know for sure if this is true or not, but according to DNI.ru, Samsonova was in a psychiatric clinic 3 times in her life and may possibly suffer from schizophrenia. So that will come up a lot later on. And it is believed she did probably suffer from some sort of mental illness.
I heard like there's like another myth where Alexei he actually went blind, so they just started calling him Alex.
Fuck yeah. And since he couldn't really see, he couldn't go out and meet people for new friends. So he had to make friends with what he had.
Yeah.
And all he had was just like a little bag of candy.
Yeah.
And so even though like his wife was suffering from schizophrenia, he made friends with the bag of candy and was suffering from schizophrenia. I meant to say Skittles. Skittles friendia.
I still like the schizophrenia.
Yeah, all right, that's dumb. So keep that in mind. And then after getting married, in 1971, she and her husband would move into the, quote, newly built panel house number 4 on Dimitrov Street.
Fuck yeah.
I have no idea what a panel house is, but I got a few different definitions online.
It's a house they make at Comic-Con. Never mind. Just they
Oh,
have
panels. Fuck yeah, they do. So the first definition from Merriam-Webster is, quote, a house of prostitution in which the rooms have secret entrances.
Tim's really into that.
To facilitate theft by accomplices of the inmates. Or the second one, which I got from blog.barden.bp. Panel-built homes are easily described as a hybrid between the traditional stick building method of new home creation and modular building. This hybrid quality of panel-built homes often breeds comparisons between it and other methods of the building. But in the videos, it just looks like an apartment building.
Yeah,
so I think it's just a fucking apartment.
Yeah, I was like hoping it'd be like Arnold's house in Harold.
Dude, everyone wanted that fucking room, dude. It was so sweet.
What would that house, what would they call it? Like a boarding house or
Yeah,
something?
boarding house.
Yeah, that, I mean, like it wouldn't be sweet being like anybody else but Arnold, but still so sweet there.
Or the grandpa's fucking dick chin. You ever see the dick that's drawn on his head? His chin balls into a dick head?
So great.
So for the next 16 years or so, Tamara would work for Intourist Travel Agency, being a Russian tour operator. And my guess would be because she could speak many languages, so she's probably a very valuable person to have there. She also worked at the Grand Hotel Europe, which is a 5-star hotel on Arts Square in St. Petersburg, Russia. And my guess would be for the same reasons, for tours, travel, and language. So she can speak a bunch of languages, so people would plan vacations and trips, and she would help like set them up and stuff. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And a cool note here, the hotel was featured in the 1995 James Bond movie GoldenEye.
Oh, fuck yeah.
You know what's really annoying about GoldenEye 64?
What's that?
The joystick controls are inverted as the only option.
Yeah. You can't see because I'm doing it with my hands from Top Gun. I was inverted. But yeah, dude, the controls are fucked.
Yeah, dude, I was trying to play it drunk the one night, and I was just like, fuck, dude. Like, what 14-year-old me would have like kicked my own ass, man. I couldn't do anything. I also couldn't remember where shit was. I couldn't get past the first stage. Like the first stage, I just wanted to get to the facility.
No, that's all there is, dude. Is the one stage.
Yeah, that's all. Like, I just want to get to the facility. That was my favorite.
So you
one.
could fucking throw mines at the dude taking a shit.
Yeah.
Eat this fucking mine, loser.
You just watch him fly over the fucking stall.
And now something a little weird happens. Either in 2000 or 2005, her husband goes missing. Yeah. Just completely vanishes out of nowhere. And they didn't have any children, so it was just the two of them living in the big apartment place or panel house, whatever it was. And some sources list the year 2000. Some claim that she filed a missing persons report in 2005. So I don't know if he went missing in 2000 and then she filed it 5 years later or
Just
what.
Waited 5 years.
I thought he was coming back.
He had real bad gas. I thought he was taking a shit.
The light was on the bathroom. I thought he was in there just taking a shit. But one thing for sure, though, he was never seen again, alive or dead. So we have no idea what happened to him. He just disappeared.
Fuck yeah.
But one of our neighbors, Marina Krivenko, she had a few interesting things to say in regards of her missing husband. She said, quote, "We had some coffee in her kitchen and we chatted. She already looked strange then. She told me about her husband, that he left home and did not come back. And at that moment, I noticed some kind of pleasure in Tamara's eyes."
All right, well,
Yeah.
Booker.
So,
That's solid evidence.
So as you can probably guess now, Tamara was a pretty strange lady at times, possibly suffering from schizophrenia or other mental illnesses. But she also had some other odd perks about her. Like one of my favorites, she liked to sit in front of the window with her naked titties hanging out.
Is that real? Did you
Yeah,
make that up?
that's real.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Were they good?
Hashtag wild woman.
Is she at the time, was she in her 70s or was she?
At the end, she's in her 70s now.
Yeah.
During that time, I don't know. I can show you a picture of what she looks like 5 years ago, though.
All right, let's see how. Let's try to like.
All right, close your eyes real quick
Okay.
so I can bring it up.
We're trying to gauge these titties.
We need like the reverse software of what they use on missing children to age them.
Okay, here you go.
Oh yeah.
yeah, baby.
Yeah, those
I
tits
want
would
to see those.
those tits would have been great.
Here's my titties for you.
She looks like the fucking old lady from The Shining.
She's a scary old lady. She looks exactly like the lady
We
from The
have
Shining.
seen her tits then.
Dude, fuck yeah, put them away, dude.
We've seen them.
She looked like that even back then.
But we're going to talk about her friend / neighbor, Marina, a little bit later. Because I don't know if anything she says is true or how much is true. Because she just says a lot of shit. So we'll talk about it later. So some sources say, though, she would only sit tastefully at the window with her back to it so that passerbys could only see the sexy silhouette of her and her boobsies. So who knows? Maybe she was sitting out. You know what? But that's allowed. But fucking Matthew McConaughey can't play the bongos naked in his house.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather see that.
That's bullshit. So would I, dude.
Yeah, honestly.
Like, hey,
Why can't Matthew McConaughey play the bongos naked in his house?
they called the cops on him for it. He got in
Who
trouble.
the fuck called the cops on him?
I know, dude. But hey, hit your nuts instead.
Fucking Charlie Sheen called the cops on him, maybe.
Dude, I guess Corey Feldman said Charlie Sheen had sex with Corey Feldman and Corey Haim when they were younger.
Wait, that's real?
Yeah.
No fucking hashtag
I mean, hey, at least he did it when they still had star power. I'm joking, but that's fucked. I didn't mean that. But I mean, Charlie Sheen obviously denies it.
Yeah.
But what if he's like, "Oh yeah,
Yeah, wait.
yeah, I did that, yeah."
Fuck, you guys didn't know that?
He's like, "Yeah, I was trying to think of a 2.5 Men joke, but yeah, I mean, Feldman was pretty small. I don't know. I was still trying to lead up to a 2.5 Men joke.
When they ask him, he's like your old roommate. He's like, what, you guys didn't know that?
yeah, dude. Dude, one time, my old roommate, we were all gonna play basketball at the Y, and he's listening to a phone on his iPod, and we just get there. He's like, man, have you guys heard this song? I'm like, dude, what? How the fuck do I know what you're listening to, man? You have headphones on.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're listening
He's
to.
like, dude, it's this new song. This is like 2010 or something. He's like, this new song called Down with the Sickness.
I could tell he was listening to that because he was putting up layups and just fucking bricking them hard as fuck off the rim.
And then he started making out with men when he left the court. So he must have the song on repeat.
So one important note here as well. A lot of this information, such as the titty window story, that does come from her neighbor and friend Marina. So we don't know how much of that is actually true or not. We don't know how much of some other information later was sensationalized for the media to make a better story. We're not quite sure. So keep that in mind. And we'll get some more quotes from Marina later on. But here's her titty quote, like her full titty quote. Quote, she looked after her appearance and had this weird habit of sitting topless with her back to the window, making sure that her silhouette was seen by the neighbors. The neighbor's husband found Samsonova's nude body quite attractive, she admitted.
Okay, well, then now we know it's a lie.
So who knows? She's like, man, those fucking titties look pretty good. Oh, she has a fucking cardboard cutout of the mom from Home Alone up there again. Forget her name, but
I don't know.
I like her.
It's just like wannabe Sally Field.
Yeah, I like her, though. She's cool. So after her husband left her, disappeared, ran off with another woman, whatever happened to him, we don't know. Tamara started renting out a room in her apartment, so she wanted to make some extra money. So she rented out her room a whole bunch of times between the year 2000 and 2015. In March of 2015, so we're skipping ahead towards to the very end, Tamara had befriended a 79-year-old woman who also lived on Dimitrov Street. This woman's name was Valentina Ulanova.
Shit.
I like that name. That's pretty cool.
Fuck yeah, dude.
You don't fuck with someone named Valentina Villanova.
Yeah, listen up, you fucking wise guy. You want to race boats? We'll fucking race boats. But I want you to know I'm driving a fucking 79 Valentina Ulanova. And we're doing a lot of coke. And also a fun note here, the Russian site I'm pulling this next bit of information from, they mention Tamara, and they refer to her as old woman gutter.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Which
dude.
I just now got as from Granny Ripper. I was picturing it the whole time as like old woman in the gutter.
Yeah.
So that was funnier to me.
Or like she smells like a gutter, like what they used to call my mom.
Oh, hey, your pussy's like a fucking a gutter full of more you. Like if you cloned you and shoved you in your pussy, that's what it smells like. That's mean.
No,
Okay.
yeah, let's leave Muckla alone.
Yeah, that's true.
We've done enough to her.
That's true. I hope she never listens.
If she listened, she would kill herself, be revived, and then just kill herself again.
Dude, remember Andrew? More like fuck blow. And we're just dead silent. We're like, yeah, dude. We crack a billion horrible, unfunny jokes, and whenever he does it, we act like it's such a big deal. So details aren't exact, but it's believed that Tamara, who is normally the one that's renting room out to people, her apartment was being renovated at the time, so a mutual friend hooked her and Valentina Ulanova up together to kind of let Tamara move in with her for a little bit while her place was getting fixed up. So Tamara is living with Valentina in 2015.
Oh.
Yeah, so I know it's
Pretty
confusing.
recent.
Yeah, because normally Tamara's renting out her room, everyone's living with her, but her apartment gets renovated, so Tamara goes and lives with Ulanova for a little bit. And this is that 79-year-old lady.
Did they celebrate Valentina's birthday on February 14th?
In 2015, trying to remember. I think I was living with this weird Asian roommate I had.
Yeah.
Speaking of Asian, I posted on Instagram this picture of me when I was younger where I'm in a full Cleveland Browns fucking
Oh, I saw
sweatsuit.
that.
And
Yeah,
I
it was
look
great.
so Asian. It's
was
unreal.
great.
Oh, yeah. That was awesome. That so Asian and also just like fucking DJ from Roseanne.
Yeah, dude, 100%. So for the next few months or so, Tamara is living at Valentina's place, and she would help out with like the housework and all that fun stuff. Hopefully, she was diving into that carpet.
Oh.
And it turns out that Tamara, she actually really liked this apartment way more than she liked hers. So she just kind of kept living there. And then eventually Valentina was like, alrighty, you old fucking woman gutter, you got to get the fuck out of here and go back to your own place. But I don't think she moves out right then. I think they kind of talk things over, work things out, and then they have another conflict and tell her, like, hey, you need to move out, and then they work things out again. So her place is done being fixed, but she just keeps living at this old lady's place.
Yeah.
And then eventually, a few months later, on July 26, there were some interesting bags that were found near a pond by house number 10 on Dimitrov Street. They had kind of been sitting around in different places for a couple days or so. So people started to get a little curious because they see, like, why are there just fucking random bags everywhere? So they go and open one up and they find a decapitated body. Some of the bags had severed limbs. There were multiple bags. There's like 7 or 8 bags, all full of body parts.
Like, she didn't dump him in the water? She just, like, left him chilling somewhere?
Well, we don't know who did this, Primo.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't.
I'm going to say if it was Tamara, the Granny Ripper, I mean, she is old as fuck.
Well, did they have a security Tamara?
Actually,
Good God.
I've been trying not to crack that joke.
that is how she gets caught.
Oh, fuck
yeah. Let me read this quote for you, Primo.
Oh, yeah.
Quote, a part of the female body without a head and a brush was wrapped in a curtain from the bathroom. This is going to be weird because it's translated from Russian.
Yeah.
Not far from the site of the first find, a plastic bag was soon discovered in which a part of the pelvis and hips to the knee lay. And then, after looking at CCTV footage, Tamara could be seen carrying bags down the stairs of the apartment and then outside with them. The figure in the blue raincoat was filmed by the CCTV camera of the block. She dragged the bags, leaving blood marks on the floor.
Wow.
Yeah, so there's a camera literally outside the door.
Yeah.
And they just catch her dragging like 8 bags at a time.
Fuck yeah.
I mean, 1 bag at a time, but like 8 times. So
Yeah.
she's wearing like a full like raincoat and has like a full suit pretty much. Also, in the CCTV video, bags weren't the only thing she was seen carrying out of the apartment, because she's also seen carrying a large cooking pot as well. So that's not looking too good for her.
With her famous chili she was taken to the office.
Oh, fuck yeah,
Oh,
dude.
What's the secret to that?
To undercook the onions, actually. Not very well known, but people are going to get to know each other inside the pot.
I do got to say, it sucks that this lady was murdered and cut up. But if it was, in fact, Tamara that did it, that's a lot of fucking work to carry those body parts down and out. So, respect.
Respect for that.
Like, it's not like hashtag wild woman. We'll go like hashtag like Mel Hall, but like nah.
Hashtag you work hard, play hard.
Yeah,
I guess.
like hashtag we've done way worse people.
Yeah. Oh, where you going with that pot,
Oh,
huh?
fuck yeah.
Huh?
What'd
Where
you
you
eat out of there,
Hey,
lady?
dinner at Mom's tonight? Where you going with that pot?
Kev, it's dark out. It's way too late for dinner.
Oh, shit. No, she already got up, dude. Breakfast.
The more I look at her, the more I think she's just Martin Short in disguise.
From the prosecutor's office in St. Petersburg, quote, on the night of July 24th to 25th, 2015, on the basis of a sudden conflict, Samsonova killed her ward and dismembered her corpse into 8 parts. Then the attacker took out packages with the remains of the victim and left them on the territory of nearby residential buildings. So because she's so fucking old and feeble, I mean, yeah, she cut this woman up. That's a lot of fucking work.
Yeah.
But she used all of her energy and dragged him like just outside her house.
Dude, how long would it have taken her just to cut it up? Like, it had to taken her fucking so long.
She is probably experienced. She is from Russia and 70 years old.
Yeah,
That's how they become an adult.
it's true. Instead of bar mitzvahs, they just, cut people
Body.
up and shit. Yeah.
I had no joke there. So it's pretty messed up. Also, it didn't help that not only was there video evidence, but there's like trails of blood that lead right back to her apartment anyways.
I was like, oh no, that's ketchup.
Like there's fucking just trails of blood everywhere.
I had Taco Bell and must have dropped some mild sauce. That's all that is.
Like what is? Somebody must have stepped on a ketchup packet.
Then where's the packet?
She runs away.
She runs.
So the police would show up at the apartment and arrest Tamara on July 28th, just a few days after the body parts were found. And while arresting her, they searched the apartment and they found a very interesting diary that Tamara had been writing in for years.
Fuck yes.
As a matter of fact, it detailed a whole bunch of interesting things. And of course, when the police showed up to her place, quote, In the bathroom, there are traces of blood and a hacksaw, a mount from a recently torn curtain. After asking to explain the absence of the hostess and the strange appearance in the bathroom, Samsonova explained Valentina Ulanova insulted her terribly, so she had to be killed.
Nice. She's like, yeah, she called me chubby.
She said my
She said she didn't like Godsmack.
So not only does she admit to killing her, but she would also admit to, I believe, 3 more murders.
Oh, fuck
yeah. There's a few more she admits to. I got a couple different numbers. Some were 2, 3, or 4, but I think it was 3.
Jesus.
Quote, and this is why she said she did it. I decided to kill Valentina Ulanova in order to live in her apartment for 5 to 6 months calmly until I find a job for myself or until it is enough.
Seems warranted.
Which, I mean, she has her own apartment, but she likes this lady's apartment so much she killed her so she could live there for another 5 months.
I mean, come on, guys. We've all been there.
But Valentina says she was tired of me and asked me to go home. But I thought that I would again need to live in danger and dirt. I was very scared.
Sorry, Tim, but when we get home, have some plans later.
It's fine, man. It's fine. Coronavirus is going to take me out anyway.
And her method of killing Valentina. First, Tamara went to the city of Pushkin. Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
That's fun.
When she was a kid and she pushed that one over the cliff, he used to be called Push Kid.
Pushkin sounds like 2 chubby Russians just fucking each other, but like he can't quite get the dick in, so he's just humping belly fat. That sounds like a Pushkin.
That also sounds like my Friday night.
Oh, there's not enough cushion for the Pushkin.
Or like a shitty Russian like rip off of Beanie Babies. Yeah, the Pushkins.
They get the Pushkins.
They're just as good, the Pushkins.
Buy this shit.
They're all just bears and stolid.
It's like steel bears. Like you can't even pick them up.
So first, Tamara went to the city of Pushkin and bought some phenazepam, which is medication developed by the Soviet Union in 1975. And it was used to treat neurological conditions such as epilepsy, anxiety, alcohol withdrawal syndrome, sleep disorders, and also various mental disorders such as psychiatric schizophrenia. And this stuff was sold by the prescription, so I'm not 100% sure how she got it, but here's a quote on that. Quote, this remedy is prescribed for certain diseases, and it is sold strictly according to a prescription. However, Samsonova claims that she convinced a female pharmacist to deceive her with the packaging of sleeping pills without accompanying documents.
I mean, she's old. I'd believe it.
So, but it sounds to me like if she did have schizophrenia and she's old, she probably had a prescription for herself, maybe.
Yeah.
But one thing that she did that was really smart is she went to a different city to buy these.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Smart.
then after taking a train back to her own city, I think it was a train, she stopped at the supermarket to buy some Olivier salad, which is just Russian potato salad.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So
I also heard that she took the train and then because of those, her sitting in front of the window with them titties out, they also ran the train. And that's when I lost my virginity, so that was a good day.
Olivier Wilde.
Olivier wildfire salad. So she goes and gets...
Hey, we have a lot of Australian fans.
Oh, no. I meant Bob Evans wildfire salad. That wasn't... I'm sorry, Australia.
I mean, it's fine, because they're not going to remember that one. They'll remember our hickory salad, though.
Oh, my God. We had a dude who worked with us at the restaurant who couldn't fucking read, and a ticket came back, and he tried to help. He's like, hey, you got a ticket, and it was for a heritage salad, okay? Heritage. He grabs it, looks at it, studies it, and goes, it's for a hickory salad.
Yeah, and me and Kev,
you gotta, it's like, dude, we don't fucking, there's nothing here called hickory salad. You got one fucking letter right, dude.
Like, I want to know what a hickory salad would be.
I don't know, dude. Probably something that Buddy made. So after getting this potato salad, you're probably wondering, why'd she fucking stop to get that? Well, this was Valentina's favorite food, which means Tamara knows exactly what the fuck she's doing. She goes to a different city to get the drugs and then goes out and buys this lady's favorite food, which unfortunately is potato salad.
Yeah, like, come on. How's your favorite food potato salad?
Anything else?
You've never had my
else.
grandma's potato salad.
I love potato salad, but like even like the best potato salad wouldn't be my favorite food.
That's true.
No,
like,
dude.
Like, did she just like only think that was like there no other food?
I don't know. Should I go to the
This is all
grocery store?
That's all she's ever had is that and coleslaw.
But when she gets it, they call it old slaw.
Yeah.
So, here's a quote from the Granny Ripper herself. Valentina loved this salad very much. In the salad, I put the pills, the whole pack. She probably ate them all and died. I came home and put the whole pack of phenazepam, 50 pills, into her Olivier salad. She liked it very much. I went to bed, woke up. I saw that Valentina was lying on the floor in the kitchen dead. Then I took 2 knives, a saw, and began to dismember the body. I woke up after 2 a.m. and she was lying on the floor, so I started cutting her to pieces.
Hashtag wild woman.
Wouldn't it have been easier just to like act like it was a suicide?
Why'd you put the pills in the potato salad? You wanted to.
Like she could have called me like, hey, like my roommate just took like a bunch of pills. Like it wouldn't have to cut anything up, and then she could have still had the room, right?
Phenazepam in the salad. Crushed up pills in the potato salad. Phenazepam in the salad. Crushed up pills in the potato salad. Life is potato salad. Okay, I got nothing else. What other System of a Down songs do we know we can fucking add this shit to?
It wasn't just old slaw, by the way. It's old Slav.
Oh, that's
Oh,
good.
shit,
That's
fuck
good.
yeah. What can you do with spiders?
Eating potato salad is a pastime activity. The toxicity,
Oh, this
Russian
potato
city.
I don't really know much System of a Down, but I don't think she trusts in
Her roommate.
yeah.
That's
anything that I'm doing because it's all fucking sketchy as fuck.
Everybody's going to the party, eat some potato salad. Why do you always fucking buy potato salad?
Fuck yeah.
She tried with Benadryl first and it just
Oh my
put her to
God.
sleep.
That would kill me.
I
That
don't-
shit fucks with me, man.
Here's a quote from Life News. Quote, Samsonova sawed off the victim's head with a hacksaw, Jim Duggan, then sawed it in half.
Wait, with Life News covering this, doesn't that make it false advertising?
Oh.
Oh,
So
got him.
she then sawed it in half, and after that she cut the body into pieces with knives. To take out parts of the body from the apartment, she needed to go out 7 times. Behind the terrible occupation, Samsonova was almost caught by a social worker who was visiting Ulanova. She rang the doorbell, behind which one elderly woman was cutting the body of another, and asked her to let her in. So while she's fucking cutting this body up, one of her friends rings the bell, and Samsonova just goes, she left to go to a friend's funeral, and I don't have any keys. What a shitty excuse.
Unlock the. You don't need keys.
I
to
know,
unlock a
you're
fuck-
inside.
You're inside, you moron.
Yeah. So,
Maybe it has like a skeleton key that you do have to use from both sides.
oh my God, dude. She's like, I'm trying to get to the key.
It's like I'm trying to get to the key.
Because
Wait like
she's
2
cutting
weeks.
the body
I'll-
up and
wait
it's a
like.
skeleton key.
Oh fuck yeah! I was gonna say like wait like 2 weeks. I'll be a skeleton myself.
So why did she kill her? Like we mentioned a little bit of as to why, but it all comes down to being about a domestic kitchen conflict. Some say it was over dinner. Some say it was over who was doing the dishes.
She overcooked the pot roast, man. I mean that's
So,
what happens every time.
but this is kind of weird. After she gets arrested, they bring her back to the apartment and they have like a dummy there and they have her reenact how she did everything.
Oh my god!
So-
Is there a video of that?
So there's pictures where so she's like cutting off the head and everything and like putting the head in the pot and showing how she cut it. And they're just like hanging out with her.
That's cool.
It's kind of
At
weird.
least I know what I'm jerking off to tonight, so that's pretty cool. Hey, wait.
Why do they draw a beard on the dummy? If this was a 79-year-old lady that got killed, they drew a fucking
They were just
beard
at
on
that
this
point. They were
dummy.
just having fun, but also which one's the old lady and which one's the dummy?
They're like, hey, let's make it fun for the kids. Draw a fucking beard on there. In here, we'll call him Bulbasaur.
That was the only mannequin in the whole town. They grabbed it from the department store.
She cuts the face off like Dwight.
So yeah, that's pretty weird.
It's actually just a really big, like, record-sized sweet potato.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. She makes potato salad and kills the police with it.
So during her reenactment of the crime, where she's showing the investigators how she used a handsaw to cut this body up, quote, she began by severing her head, which she put in a large saucepan, cooking it on her victim's stove. She explained how she wrapped Mrs. Ulanova's dismembered body parts in curtains and put them in bags before carrying them out and dumping them near a pond on Dimitrova Street, which...
Put them in the bond.
That also, but when they show up to your house, when they find the bodies wrapped in curtains and they show up and you just have fucking cut the fuck curtains hanging in the window.
Yeah, you're pretty much
They're
fucked.
probably, yeah.
But also, like, why not just throw them in the
I
pond?
don't know, dude. She got tired.
It would have taken, like, at least a couple more days before they found it.
Quote, she managed to carry the hips and legs only as far as the nearest backyard, reporting in the newspaper. She's like, why'd you do it? Well, I don't trust her as far as I could throw her, which is about 4 feet from my front door. She went outside a total of 7 times carrying the body parts. And while police suspect her as a cannibal,
Ooh.
another theory is that she boiled the head and hands to hide her victim's identity when she dumped the body parts close to her apartment block. So some say she boiled the head and hands so you wouldn't be able to trace it back to identify
Yeah,
them.
maybe. I don't know.
Some say she's probably a fucking cannibal.
What, did they show, like, any traces of her eating any of it?
No, we'll bring a little bit up of that
Gotcha.
because it does get brought up constantly that she's a cannibal. There are lots of theories that she would eat the body parts, especially the lungs, since they said the lungs were missing.
Oh, fuck yeah.
She never admits to eating the body parts, and there's no real proof that she does that at all. But since she was witnessed carrying the boiled head out in a saucepan, it is a popular theory. So, alrighty. So, before we get into this next part, this
Your grandma never made boiled head soup when you were a kid?
No, but my grandma gave me some good head while I boiled soup.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh,
Fuck yeah.
damn that! Yeah, just listen to any of the intro. There's like 20 intros where I sing songs about it. You like that, grandma? Yeah, they call me the grandma ripper after a fucking nice night
fuck
with her.
Yeah. I guess it's not oh god, I shouldn't even say this. Just delete this. But it's it's not
I've heard
Jeffrey.
that a few times.
It's not Jeffrey Dahmer. It's Jeffrey Grandmommer.
Oh, that's not bad. I like
Oh,
that.
that's pretty bad.
So here's the next things we're going to talk about. 1, more bits of the interview with her neighbor/friend. 2, the diary that was found. And 3, there was actually a similar type murder about 10 to 12 years before this where a man's torso was found in the exact same area.
Oh fuck.
Could they be connected?
Let's hope so.
Yeah, let's find out.
I gotta
So-
pee really fast.
All right, Primo, you go pee real quick, dude.
Have a little pee-pee.
Hey, if you want to take a little shit in there for me, Tim, go ahead and do it. Don't flush it, though. So, alrighty. So, her friend we mentioned earlier, she also had a few more interesting things to say. This was Marina. She said that Tamara was very interested and obsessed with the Russian serial killer Andrei Chikatilo. I forget how to pronounce that. And so, the butcher of Rostov, that serial killer, she gathered information about him and how he committed his murders. And if you know him, he's too much to get into right now, but if you don't, he confessed to murdering over 50 people. He did a ton of fucked up shit, like mutilation, a lot of crazy stuff. But
Wow.
yeah. So Marina, she also said that Tamara was super into black magic and obsessed with witchcraft and black magic literature.
And she played D&D.
Oh,
Probably.
Fuck yeah, dude.
She probably played D&D.
It probably actually happened to her.
Yeah, she lived it.
Yeah.
She was referred to as Baba Yaga.
Oh fuck yeah.
Mazes and monsters.
Mazes and Monsters is what's he say? Is a far out game. What the police says in that movie? He says something like that. I don't remember.
What's that from?
Mazes and Monsters. It's like this shitty D&D movie where Tom Hanks stars in it.
What?
Yeah. And he goes crazy and thinks it's all real.
Fuck yeah.
He's the one where he gets on top of the World Trade Center and he's about to jump off. He's like, I'm going to fly. I have spells.
Fuck yeah. And then he yells, this building will still be here and I won't get coronavirus. So that's pretty awesome.
So he was
That
right on
sucks.
both accounts.
Man, why couldn't it have happened to Colin? Because after Orange County, like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah, there's a meme where it's like, I'll be fine. It's like showing Forrest Gump. It's like, I'll be fine. I banged Jenny and she had AIDS, so. No, he'll be fine. It's
Yeah,
fucking it's
he's
Tom
fine.
Hanks, man. God would never take Tom Hanks.
He wouldn't, because
No.
if he did, then fucking Randy Savage, Macho Man, will fucking kick God's ass again.
Yeah, again. Yeah.
Yeah.
He needs to stop doing
And
that.
I'm pretty sure if I know my God like I think I know him, he's pretty tired of getting his ass kicked by the Macho Man Randy Savage.
I think if anything, like he'll take Tim Allen before he takes Tom Hanks.
Please,
sure.
God, if you're listening,
Yeah.
if you could only listen to few seconds of any podcast, let it be that one.
Yeah. I fucking hate
We
Tim
don't
Allen.
need Tim Allen for anything.
No.
Why, you don't like Tim Allen?
I hate
No.
Tim
You
I
Allen.
don't like Tim Allen.
I've never liked a single
You ever
thing from Tim
see
Allen.
his mugshot?
Oh, from like, with his mustache from
Yeah.
like the 70s.
Does
Yeah.
he fucking ratted everyone out?
Yeah, I fucking hate
What a
Tim
piece
Allen.
of shit,
His movies
dude.
are trash. I kind of like Home Improvement, but not because of him.
Yeah.
Have you seen Galaxy Quest?
Because of Brad.
No, I haven't seen that.
Because of Brad,
Okay,
right?
fuck Brad.
Dude, Galaxy Quest is awesome. That is
Yeah,
a
I
good
haven't
one.
seen that.
So, okay, where were we? Yeah, so she says Tamara's obsessed with black magic and witchcraft. Some reports will say that when the diary was found, there was also books of black magic and astrology books found.
Holy fuck.
So this is where some people are like, this was just added in to make this story more sensationalized and stuff. Some people believe it's true. We have no idea. I mean, we
Yeah.
don't know if there was actually black magic found there or astrology books. And all the stuff about her being like into black magic and stuff all comes from her neighbor / friend who
Gotcha.
kind of has said a lot of weird shit about her. So
Yeah.
we don't know. It could be completely true, could be completely not true.
This bitch is so old that diary actually inspired Anne Frank to write her diary. So that was pretty cool.
But only the parts they don't read in school that's like about her masturbating and stuff. They left that part.
Yeah, yeah.
He inspired a pretty good chapter in that book. So I see the black magic stuff mentioned in articles, but as we will find out when it comes to the diary, she would write down literally everything she did, like day to day. She'd be like, I ate today. I had some
God.
coffee.
It's like, well, I took a shit today.
Shit. She would mention everything, and there's zero mention of Andre Chikatilo or black magic in there that we know of. They haven't released all the information yet. The police have it, so we only know bits of it.
Yeah.
But as far as we know, there's no mentions of that. And if she was obsessed with it, you figure she would make some notes about that in there.
Yeah, probably.
Marina also mentions that Tamara borrowed a hacksaw from her 10 years ago and never gave it back, which I think is like a weird fucking thing to say. Which, I mean, if it's true, then that's probably, then she's like saying like, oh, she chopped her up with a saw, I let her borrow.
Like, why'd she
But I
have
mean, why say that?
why'd she have it for so long?
I don't know.
Yeah, like, did she know she was planning on chopping somebody up?
Well, it's probably not the first one she's chopped
Oh,
up.
that's true. Okay, yeah.
And Tamara could have easily just bought one, or maybe Marina did lend her one. It just sounds to me like Marina's trying to add shit to the story. But who knows, since they were neighbors and friends, maybe she really was doing all this weird shit. And then when Marina asked Tamara about Valentina, she said, quote, I saw Valentina's mobile and landline handset, but both were dead. Her documents were there, including her passport. Where could she have gone for so long? But Tamara just said there's no need to call the police and she just wanted to carry on living there for a while. My heart sank. I asked Tamara if she thought Valentina was dead, and she told a weird story about getting up to make tea at 2 a.m. and finding Valentina unconscious with a drink in the corridor, but she went away to drink her tea, and when she came back, Valentina was gone. That's a fucking bad story to tell.
Why the fuck?
Why would
even?
that be?
Yeah.
You know, she was passed out at 2 a.m. I went and drank tea, came back, haven't seen her since. She's gone. Quicksand would be my guess. Probably fell in some quicksand.
Sitting right under the tile on the fucking kitchen floor.
She might have held on. She might have got a skateboard. We just got Back to the Future here. Maybe she got a skateboard and held on to the back of a truck. And here's a couple more quotes. Quote, we often saw young men or girls who lived in her flat. I asked her why she didn't find a job instead of renting a room, but she said she was sick and had medical papers to prove it. That's a quote from Marina, which is kind of funny. Like, hey, why don't you just get a job? I'm sick. I got the fucking papers to prove it.
I can prove it, bitch.
That's just a crossword, and you've been adding your own squares. That's to make words fit. You're not doing it right.
One of them's just the N word, and you spelled it wrong.
You've written the N word a lot here. Also, I don't think dingle donger is a real word either. Here's another quote. We got a lot of quotes. Sorry. It was obvious Tamara was a bit strange. For example, she would go out barefoot and in a dressing gown, even in winter. She liked to go out and buy food at night because she said that it was when she liked to eat. She thought people came into her flat when she was out and cut up her clothes. But when I suggested calling the police, she panicked and said they couldn't help. She could chat about normal things, and then a minute later would switch to sounding crazy. So we got fucking the Always Sunny gang breaking in.
Yeah,
and
pretty much. But
they
also,
tie knots in their sleeves.
like, oh fuck yeah, dude! Oh, they just snorting that. What was it? Ritterall or something like that.
So, but like, part of me is like, yeah, this is a weird bitch, but it's like, goddamn, Marina. Like, if you guys were friends, you're really fucking. I mean, there's so much shit. It's like, why do you need to add that in? She would go out barefoot at night because that was the only time she wanted to eat.
But also, like, maybe tell somebody about some of this shit.
Yeah.
Like, before she starts murdering people, at least another person.
I hope there really was someone breaking and cutting her clothes. She's like, oh, where are we going? Oh, god damn it. Someone cut my left sleeve off again.
They're trying to reignite that fucking rivalry, man.
Yeah, that's right,
that
man.
fucking flip cup, dude. Philadelphia.
Quote, she didn't open the door to anyone. I was asked to knock with a conditional signal. During the day, she rarely left home. Went to the store at night to the one that worked around the clock. So she stayed in all day. Then at nighttime, she would go to the store, which...
Dude, honestly, though, like, imagine, like, working at Walmart and you see this old bitch coming in. Wouldn't you just think she was a ghost?
Oh, easily, dude.
Yeah. I'd just, like, I would, like, okay, the ghost is here.
I'd be like, if you're not going to bring the heart of the ocean with you, then don't come in.
I honestly wouldn't even make this bitch pay. Like, she came up, but, like, specters are able to go through. You're fine.
Be like, yeah, excuse me, police. Can you please come down here? Yeah, she's here again, and my shift's almost over. She doesn't let me leave until I answer 3 riddles. So, all right, here we go. Now on to the diary. So this bad boy, it's written in German, English, and Russian.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So it's all different. It had every detail of every little thing Tamara did. It had poems, songs, lyrics, everything, including the details of roughly 12 or so murders.
Oh, fuck.
Although not all of them can be verified because Tamara only confessed to 3 or so, there isn't evidence for all the murders either. However, a lot of the details do line up. So that's why a lot of information isn't released because police are still trying to match these details up with actual murders and stuff.
Absolutely.
I was trying to think of a funny song lyric that was in there. The very back page of it just says, he takes a whiskey drink, he takes a vodka drink. He takes a lager drink, he drinks a cider drink.
Sings the songs to remind him of the good time.
He sings the songs that remind him of potato salad.
Oh, Australian Danny boy.
Oh, yeah.
I bought potato salad, baby.
Dude, fucking teenage dirtbag. Hell yeah.
I don't know why I went there.
Because we're teenage dirtbags.
Alrighty.
Tamara definitely was.
Oh, yeah, she was a young bitch, man.
Yeah.
Young, just spry bitch.
One important note also, there were actually a lot of Polaroids of her at the trampoline factory. No, that's not true at all. They fell out of the diary. They picked it up. Holy shit, she's doing flips. She's on a scooter ramping into the fucking styrofoam
She
pit.
has a bag. She flips it, like, throws him over her head.
One important note, though, as far as we know, she never mentions anything about cannibalism in the diary. But when the police were asked about whether or not Tamara was in fact into cannibalism, this is an exact quote from the police. Quote, "It is not excluded."
Oh, fuck. So that's something they're still investigating?
They're not saying that she did, not saying she didn't, so we have no idea.
But they probably... I'm not sure if they would give out a lot of evidence anyway, so they could just be them saying that.
Yeah, so who knows?
She did boil a head. That's kind of like the first step.
But, like, she didn't eat any of it, though. Like,
It's like the weed gateway drug to cannibalism.
But
Is boiling a head.
she had time to eat it.
That and
Like,
cold winters.
Yeah. And oxen carts and trying to get to Oregon.
She had time to, like, take some bites out of it. Like, I mean, she, like, not that we know of out of that one. She
Yeah.
didn't.
So I don't know. We don't know if she did or not. I'll be honest, I'm kind of leaning towards she didn't, but I don't know.
Yeah, I
We
don't think
know.
she did. Come on, guys. This lady's innocent. She didn't do
So
anything.
that's true. Speaking of her being innocent, here's an entry from her diary. Quote, "I killed my tenant Valadia, cut him to pieces in the bathroom with a knife and put the pieces of his body in plastic bags and threw them away." And then shortly after that, there's some basic entries that just say, "Slept badly, drank coffee." Another one that says, "Take medicines." And then my favorite one, "I do not eat." All right.
I wish there was one that was like Super Nintendo.
Super Nintendo.
That was it.
Here's another one. Why'd you put the buzz in the potato salad? I wanted to. But the police are combing through the diary, trying to make sense of it, as well as matching her confessions up with the murders to see if she really did commit them. But once again, there's not really any physical evidence left. But keep in mind, her husband disappeared some years ago, so the police believe she may have been responsible, even though she told the police that he found another woman and took off. Tamara at one point told a friend of hers that she was under suspicion for killing her husband and also for killing her mother-in-law also.
Wow.
Yeah. The friend she told this to also claimed she feared for her life once because Tamara had gone into a rage with her and screamed, "I'll kill you. I'll cut you to pieces. I will throw the pieces out for the dogs. Don't make me angry."
Jesus fuck. So she's just straight up saying like everything she's done.
Yeah.
But the dogs got to eat too.
That's true. I mean,
That's true.
Hashtag wild dog.
Yeah, dude. When the dogs
Literally
begin
wild
to smell her.
Oh,
They just
fuck
every
yeah,
time
dude.
that she fucking throws a body part out and she opens the door, it plays that part of the song. When the dogs begin to smell her. So we don't know the actual full number, but in the diary there's like 10 to 12 murders that are supposedly outlined and detailed, but no mention of cannibalism that we know of.
I don't think she did that.
But did she watch Cannibal Holocaust?
Oh, I hope not, dude. I hope no one watches that.
So,
Ranks right above Joe Dirt 2, though, in my eyes.
honestly, I'd rather watch Joe Dirt too. Like the torture porn is so bad, like so stupid for me. I'd honestly rather watch Joe Dirt too, and I would definitely rather watch fucking Benchwarmers too, because that was actually not that
Dude,
bad.
Delta Farce wasn't that bad.
I would, yeah.
Yeah, I'd watch that again.
Honestly, I'd rather watch Benchwarmers 2 than Delta Farce.
Do
but
we want to watch Delta Farce every year and do it all again?
I really think we should do Health Inspector once too.
Do Health Inspector next?
Yeah, because I don't remember hating that one.
All right, we'll do it.
How big is Larry the Cable Guy's filmography?
I think it's just those two, and then the
Well, that's
ISIS
a-
killed him.
ISIS
There are
killed
the
him.
Cars
But
movies,
he
I
took
guess.
out like 30 of them just when he took his fucking underwear off, and they fucking got a whiff of his nasty asshole. So next, we're going to be talking about the torso that was found 10 years before all of this, that matched Tamara's MO. They found body parts 10 years before
shit.
all this. Yeah.
Her MO by not being like way too goddamn old to move like very far from where she did it at. So
Exactly.
yeah, just throws it right outside.
Exactly. And then the smell of that matched Tamara's BO.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
that's
fuck
why
yeah.
they didn't go anywhere near it.
Hell yeah.
And the ones that did go near it, it matched. Never mind, it was going to be a KO, but that's not funny.
It matched out Larry the Cable Guy.
So while searching Tamara's home, they're like, all right, there's a similar murder that happened like 10 years ago. We got to let's look for some fucking clues. So they're looking in her home, just looking under shit. Under one of the baseboards, the police, they find some dry blood. As well, the dude who got killed 10 years ago, his fucking business card is just in her house
Why?
from 10 years ago.
Just burn
So
that
she
shit,
kept the
you
fucking
idiot.
card and just left it in the floor.
Probably jerked it to it.
So the only thing that could link her murder to him, and it's such a stupid thing. Quote, blood from one of her other victims, Sergei something, Potvayan, a tenant of hers, was also found. They also found another saw and some other murder weapons. So
Yeah.
that torso they found 10 years ago was her. So she was killing people for like 10 to 15 years.
That's fucked up.
I don't remember where I read this, but I think they said there's a lot of construction and things going on in the area. And I think she just got extremely lucky taking body parts out. I don't know if she was putting them in places or putting them in trash or something, but she just got extremely lucky for like 15 years,
Wow.
it seems. Now, in court, here's a fun quote. In court, Samsonova behaved strangely. She either completely wrapped her head in her hands, hid from the cameras, cried, or on the contrary, proudly straightened her back and even flirted, straightening her red-colored curls. Sometimes she said that she did not understand where she was. Sometimes she listened with interest to the words of Judge Roman Chebatarev. She would also play peekaboo and blow kisses to people as well. There's some video of her on YouTube doing all this weird stuff.
Nice.
But she was like, yeah, it's just very weird. I mean, you can tell she's got mental problems and shit going on. This part I don't really understand. They don't actually arrest her at first. They pick her up and they hold her for 2 months while investigating before she's officially arrested.
They actually like hold her just like a baby.
Yeah, dude, by the tits and swing her around.
Oh fuck yeah!
Come on, show us them tits. You pretend there's a window in front of you. Show us them titties, girl. Quote, after being remanded in custody, she told journalists, I knew you would come. It's such a disgrace for me. All the city will know. Later, she blew a kiss to the reporters, and when the judge asked her to address the court, she replied, it's stuffy in here. Can I go out? She then added, I was getting ready to this court action for dozens of years. It was all done deliberately. There is no way to live. With this last murder, I closed the chapter. The judge says, I'm asked to arrest you. What do you think? She replied, you decide, Your Honor. After all, I am guilty and I deserve a punishment. But when the judge announced they were arresting her for murder, she began to clap her hands. So very weird. A source from the investigation would later say this about her. She's either more stupid or much smarter than she seems.
Well, she did write that book, How to Get a Place for 6 months.
Here's an interesting quote from her that she said while she was in the courtroom cage. I'm haunted by a maniac upstairs who forced me to kill. I have nowhere else to live. I'm a very old person, and I put the whole matter to rest deliberately. I have thought 77 times about it and then decided that I must be in prison. I will die there, and the state will probably bury me.
Why 77 times?
It's a biblical thing.
Is it?
Yeah, 77. Just the number 7 is like magical. In the
Oh, no,
Bible.
I got it right here. Her favorite drink was 7 and 7.
Oh,
I don't know. I have no
and
idea.
her favorite store was 7-Eleven. So yeah, this all makes sense.
Her favorite show was Seventh Heaven.
She liked the dad on there, I heard.
Oh. He wasn't a rapist or anything. So like basically this bitch, all she could have done is like get her own goddamn apartment, and she just
had her own. That's
yeah,
what's
well, she didn't like it, but like even going back all these years though, didn't she just kill people because they were her roommates?
Yeah, she's been killing people. She's killed at least 10 people.
The first 76 times she thought about it, she was just playing Fallout.
Fallout
76 tenants, 8 potato salad. That's not even funny at all.
So like I don't know, just get your own goddamn place, but like get one you like.
But she's renting a room out to people and then killing them. I don't really know why. Yeah, we don't know. If we could get the detailed diary, well, we could know more. But yeah, we don't really know.
I think there's like a pretty decently long chapter in there where she just plays Nintendo 64.
She's like, it's really incredible. It's insane. I don't know what I'm doing yet. I haven't turned it on yet. It's fucking weird.
I haven't turned it on yet. I bought it and I've killed 3 people before I've actually played South Park Rally.
She's like, I took one Game Shark, I put another Game Shark on it, double the Game Sharks, double the codes, double the power. That story. So I do have one last quote to read, and then that's the end of this case. This is from Life Daily. Quote, authorities decided to send Samsonova to a psychiatric hospital while she awaited trial. In 2017, Samsonova began admitting to the murders, giving authorities the details they needed to secure her sentencing. As of now, she is still awaiting her conviction. Wow. So that's as far as I know. That's the last update.
And they got her in 2016?
15.
15, damn.
Yeah.
That's assuming she does get convicted.
I mean, she's going to die. Like,
she might not, dude.
She's gonna die like tomorrow.
Right here. Shit. Yeah, born in 47, last shaved her beaver in 62.
And 1 second, refresh the page. Yeah, coronavirus dead.
My type.
Oh my god, that would suck.
You know that bitch is dying
That would
from
suck
coronavirus.
if she died from that,
is.
dude.
You know she is.
Which would you rather? Her diary get leaked online or the real Timothy Treadwell tape get leaked online?
Okay, I don't want to hear
yeah, I
Timothy
don't wanna listen to
Treadwell.
that
I do
one.
want to see this diary.
Yeah.
What if the whole time he's just like, oh, I'm going inside her?
Okay, yes, I do want to hear that.
He's like, you fucking come at me, Barrow. You got another thing coming.
So this could be a pretty awesome
He
tape.
keeps playing episodes of Cheers.
He's like, oh shit, I dropped my bear spray.
Oh, no. He was really disappointed that he didn't get that job on Cheers.
Well, you know what they say. If it doesn't piss off the barn animals, then who cares?
Dude,
as far as I know, Timothy Treadwell never pissed off any sheep or pigs. Fuck that.
That
guy.
actor guy.
Imagine him hacking banks. All right, that is the end of this episode. Is there anything you guys want to mention or add in?
He hacks the terminal. He's like, I beat you. I fucking beat you.
Beat you.
It's like, no, you just walked up to the door and there's a sensor and it opened on its own, Timothy.
He says that whenever like an automatic door lets him in at Walmart.
Fucking beat you.
He sees
fuckers, you fucking fuckers.
He sees a sign like right before he's about to walk in that says hello. He just instantly thinks that they're planning on killing him the next year.
Hi, Timothy.
This is fucking bullshit. He's at Walmart. They give him the smiley face stickers. You fuckers, you fucking losers. I love that rant that he does. All right, so big time, whatever he says, out in the big green.
It's so good.
It's great.
I haven't got laid since the movie The Big Green came out.
Hey, you and me both, Timothy. Hey, we share the same name too, so that's cool.
Hey, get out of the shot. Get out of the fucking shot. You're going to know that you're here eating macaroni and cheese with me. Get out of the fucking shot.
There's a movie called The Big Green. So they made a movie about Papa Green.
Oh, yeah. Dude, speaking of, let me show you. Did I send the picture to you guys? Hell yeah. So, alrighty. That's it for this episode. You want to shut her down, Spence?
Yeah, as we sit here and smell the last little bits of wonderful scented candle.
It was a camel. We burned a camel alive.
Can you read it from there, Spence?
Called Halfling Tavern.
Yeah, I'm a fucking got nerd D&D candles off Etsy. Check it out.
Wondering how Kevin found a candle scent that was named after his dick.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Well, custom order. They do a lot of custom orders on Etsy's.
He actually sent a dick pic and like somebody bought that for him, so that was pretty cool.
Like, we just shoved this pine cone in peanut butter and rubbed it in dirt. All right.
They're like, all right, give me a candle.
But check us out on social media. That's Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, Discord. You can find a lot of that information on the Instagram or we'll get brotherscommon.place up again. I think it links to Spreaker, which is one of the places you can listen to the podcast. And then there's brotherscommonplace@gmail.com if you want to send us an email and leave us those reviews, especially on Apple Podcasts. Helps us boost us in the public perception. And people need things to listen to right now while they're stuck in their houses from the coronavirus. So
What's
That's
that?
true.
I don't know. I've never heard of it.
Yeah,
It just came to me.
that's
I was speaking in tongues like a Pentecostal.
That's like, I don't have that. I have something else where it's like my family. Once someone in our family does something, like everyone else copies them. This is so fucking dumb. And so we all like to copy. Like, I buy some baseball cleats. Next thing you know, my dad buys baseball cleats. So my mom bought a new car. My dad bought a new car. I bought a new car. So I guess we're all suffering from the car-owner virus.
Were they Toyotas? Because then it could be the
Jesus, dude.
Tacoma virus.
Holy shit, man.
We're all a bunch of car owners.
Car owners.
Yeah.
I caught myself just stuck listening to a bunch of 80s rock. Or is it 70s? I don't know. But I think I caught the Sharona virus.
Oh,
fuck
yeah.
dude. Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Back in the day, and it's actually fucked up too, because my old team from back in the day, the Utah Jazz, they just got the coronavirus. Back in the 90s, I really loved the mailman, man. So I had the Malona virus.
Yeah, that's just called AIDS, Tim.
That's
Didn't
true,
Karl
too.
Malone impregnate like a 14-year-old or something?
Well, I wasn't gonna tell you guys about that, but yeah.
Yeah, speaking of athletes, never mind. There's gonna be Bartolo coronavirus.
Oh fuck yeah, dude. No, he's fine. He's fine.
So I just want to say special thanks to everyone that is listening, leaving us reviews, and sharing. That's super awesome. If everyone listening this far at the end of the episode, what are you doing wasting your time? You must be inside with the coronavirus.
Yeah, why are you still-
That's the same joke we've made 100 times.
Why are you still here?
But since you are here, why don't you do us a big favor and share this podcast with at least one or two friends? That'd be super cool. Go listen to The Last Bandoleros. Check them out. They're rad. They're bad. Ass, that is.
Oh,
Check out Whiskey Myers.
fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, just learn about
Absolutely.
them. Super good, super badass. There's a podcast called Let Me Get a Drink. Go listen to that.
Why wouldn't you?
I forget her name, but she does a really good job. She's entertaining and she's pretty funny, so that's pretty cool.
I'm guessing she's probably pretty damn cute.
What? Timmy?
Where's that number, girl?
Timmy, what are you doing? What the hell are you doing? It is late. We've been working a lot. You can tell this episode we're fucking loopy and weird. Our project that we're working on is coming along pretty good. We just got all the recording. Well, we're not gonna give you the details yet. Shut up.
Yeah, get back off.
You got anything you want to say, Primo?
So yeah, like back in the 90s, I had this favorite basketball team, the Utah Jazz, and really oh, I already said that. So no, I got it.
So alrighty. Thank you everyone for listening. Be good.
Stay safe.
Laugh at the dark stuff.
#wildman.
Thank you, Mark.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
#wild woman.
#blumpkid.
Oh yes, baby. Okay, guys, I'm gonna show you something. You guys saw my kid, Baby Ballad, when he came in here.
Wait, what kid?
My baby, the one I stole.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, from that old Russian lady who was. But no, I feel so bad because I love him to death. He's my son, but he has like this big ass head on a little neck, and every time I see him, I just think of the Pokemon Choodle, which is just this fucking guy.
Oh fuck yeah, dude!
And like I feel so bad about it.
All babies look
Like he just
that.
looks like Choodle. He's like as 100% me. He looks exactly like me as a kid, but if I was like a cartoon,
Dude, I wish you
Pokemon
came
turtle.
up with your hair and your facial hair though.
That'd be awesome,
That'd
dude.
be amazing.
Or he came out with fucking Super Scope from Super Nintendo. We just played that all night. You're pretty cool, kid.
You're like, all right, well, I'm not gonna give you away.
I was thinking about trading you for some bagel bites, but we'll go halvesies.
I was thinking about trading you for one Mewtwo card, but I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, you know that Mew card that came, like whenever you went and saw Pokemon the first movie in theaters, they gave you that holographic ancient Mew. I have one already, but someone offered me another one
another
for
one,
you,
yeah.
so I was thinking about it.
But it was R. Kelly, so I decided not to.
Yeah.
Um,
I just said, well, instead, how about me and him join your cult?
#CoronaVi, not us.
Oh, good. Get that away from me, dude. I don't like it.
Keep that shit out of here.
NBA's canceled. There's no sports. March Madness. Well, more like March. No one's there.
Not happening. This.
But yeah, March Sadness.
Wait, are they still doing it? I thought they canceled it.
Yeah, it's canceled.
Oh,
Everything's canceled.
Yeah. I thought
There
you were
ain't
saying
shit to
they
do.
just-
School's closed for months.
Yeah, no, I can't look at the high school girls and go. We all know the quote.
I know.
We all know the quote I was going for. I'm not even gonna do it, but yes, they do. Yes, they
Oh
do.
God, this is horrible. Let's end this. Are we done?
Yeah.
Hey, last word, Spence.
#coronavirus.
God damn it. Okay.
#wildman.